I mean, I don't know. I have this, like, we all have, like, our little theories on all this, but I feel like comedy is starting to reach kind of like its punk rock niche phase now, where it is sort of a thing.
Yeah.
And, it seems like almost every city now has a resource to find out where the mics are in town, where the shows are in town, and Chad runs that for here in Nashville, at Nashville Stand Up. Then you also did comedynews.org, which is more general, nationwide, and then comedypodcast.com, right?
Yep.
Which is just, more specifically for podcasts. So when did you start getting into, like, building those types of resources and whatnot?
Well, really, when I moved here, I was doing some web development full time. I was doing freelance stuff, and so when I started doing mics, there was a guy in town, Andrew, and he was like getting ready to move to the Balkans, and he was running NashvilleStandup.com, and it was just a link to different comics in town, and that was it. It was a flat page, like 2,000. And he was like, "You're a nerd. You want to do this?" I'm like, "Sure." So I picked it up and I started trying to build a mailing list and trying to list all the shows every week and promote everything that happened, and set up a forum for people to chat about comedy and stuff, and that all started picking up, and I started running with that. But then, like, we started doing these shows on the road where we would go to Chattanooga or Memphis or Knoxville, and we'd do a Nashville stand-up branded tour, and I thought, this is great, but like, I would like to have a brand that transcended regional boundaries. So that's when, and I was doing a radio show here in town that we were also podcasting, and so I looked, and comedypodcast.com was available, and I was like, oh, well, I'm going to buy that. That's $8.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought that and just put our podcast up on it, and then started adding some more, a couple buddies' podcasts and stuff like that. And then, I don't know, like 2008, I realized, I was like, okay, like, we spend all of our time in this message board on Nashville Stand Up talking about comedy interviews and podcasts and discussing different comics and albums and stuff, and I was like, this is all general information, it's not Nashville specific. Well, there's a lot of Nashville stuff going on, but we were talking about a lot of stuff just about comedy in general. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this stuff could reach a wider audience too, but why would they come to Nashville Stand Up for that? Why would they would want something else, it sounds like. So I just bought comedynews.org and just started loading all that content onto that site, and it's largely automated at this point. It's pulling RSS feeds from different keywords, some Google News stuff, and then the various other sites that have comedy news regularly will feed right into that. So it's a pretty good aggregation of everything that's going on at the moment. So